Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are, or wherever you are watching this video. I want to thank you for taking this chance to watch this video, and welcome to prayer. This is more than just walking. It's a journey of growth, discipline, consistency, and purpose. Here at Pair, we believe that every great achievement begins with one step. As we walk together through nature, through challenges, and through life, we continue to building ourselves physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. No matter where you are in your journey, keep moving forward, because small consistent steps create great results. So walk with me, grow with me, and let us challenge ourselves together. Welcome to prayer. So today it's a Saturday, right? So maybe you'll be seeing this video on probably either Monday or Saturday or Sunday. Sorry. So today I just sat down and I was like, they say a journey of 1,000 miles start from one step, and I chose to challenge myself with just a challenge of 5 kilometers. A 5 kilometer walk. So let's start this journey. So today I just made this, and I was like, let me challenge myself, and I choose a challenge of 5 kilometers. So as I was walking along, I wanted to drive a message to you, viewer, to whichever person in life. And as I walk today, I keep thinking about how life itself is like this road, as you are seeing moving. So sometimes the road is smooth, can reach a point where you're seeing there is a lot of, the road is rough. So sometimes the road is smooth, sometimes it is rough, sometimes it's straight, and sometimes it has turns we never expected. But no matter how the condition of the road, we keep moving. And that is exactly how life works. Life sometimes is smooth, sometimes it becomes rough to you, Sometimes, things go straight as the way you're expecting, and sometimes it turns against how you expected. So that's why I'm thinking like this road, just an example of how life works. So many people want success instantly. Just an example of this. If you see the way I'm walking, intention is to get 5 kilometer done challenge. But you cannot just wake up and achieve that 5 kilometers without you prepare, without you walking, So that's why success is not instant. But success is not instant. A good example, look at a child learning how to walk. They fall many times. They cry so many times. They struggle to balance. That's how a child grows. But eventually, step by step, they learn. And that is life, So in our life, sometimes you fall. Sometimes maybe a challenge pushed you to a corner where you feel to cry, struggles are there, but eventually, step by step, you come out. So, and sometimes we underestimate small progress. Maybe someone will say, 5 kilometer, and to me I normally cover 10 kilometer. No. Remember, everyone has his own journey, and you start from a small progress. So let me tell you something. A student graduates because of a daily studying. You cannot just enter to an institution and you expect the following day you graduate. No. It takes time. It takes sacrifice, both parent and student, for him or her to graduate. And also, a healthy body is built through daily effort. Today you say, let me give myself a 5 kilometers challenge. Next, 10 kilometers challenge. Maybe next is 15 kilometers challenge. Next is 20 kilometers challenge. And you try to repeat both when it comes to habit. And then that's how things grow. So a successful business growth through small, consistent actions, just a business growing, and even I can give you an example. So even a farmer does not harvest immediately after planting, you don't just plant, then you are expecting the following day to harvest. First of all, you do land preparation. Second, you do planting. Thirdly, you do watering. For those who are using, we call it canals or irrigations, they do watering. But for those who are depending in the rain, and then after that, patience. So first, you do land preparation. Secondly, you plants, do planting, watering, and also patience. And eventually, harvest comes, So, what is the message coming from that farmer? Is that life rewards consistency, Life rewards consistency in any form of life. So, any growth of life, it must pass these processes. As an example of a farmer, as we speak now, let me give you an example of this 5 kilometer I'm covering. Wake up early in the morning. I had a meeting with myself, that's preparing myself, and I said, what do I require to achieve this? So I just did a preparation little preparation of what type of the shoe should I wear. Maybe in the process of the video, you will see me walking with the butter shoe. But I was saying 5 kilometers doesn't require that attention, So, but finally, maybe I will even share the video, the screenshot of that 5 kilometer. But my intention was to cover 5 kilometer, but I went to cover almost, was it 11 kilometers? So, and another aspect is there is comparison in life. One thing that destroys many dreams is comparison. You tend to compare yourself with others. It's not bad to compare, but a genuine comparison of saying, I want to be like someone, I want to be, in terms of, let's say for those who are doing business, I want to excel in business like someone, and you put strategies. But the moment you start criticizing that progress of yours. Maybe you have compared yourself too much to a level whereby that we forget that every person has his own journey, Everyone has his own journey. That's why we are saying we compare our journey with others. We compare even our progress, our jobs, our lifestyles, and our achievements. But everybody has a different path, right? I believe everyone has his own different path. Some people succeed early, Some succeed later. Some will say, to me, you start blaming yourself. You start putting yourself to a pressure that you cannot even hold, Everyone has his own path, has his own journey. So some people walk fast, Some walk slowly. Maybe if I was to get any other person who is watching this video and we say, let's compete, you may get, it will be maybe me who will be slow, or maybe you will be one who will be slow. Or between us, one of us must either will be fast or slow. So, but arriving slowly is still arriving, Between you the one who arrive fast and the one who arrive maybe later, it's just arriving, You all arrive, yes. So imagine two people walking toward the same destination. One runs quickly and gets tired halfway. Another walks slowly but consistently. Who reaches the destination? Drop down in the just mention there between. I'll give you an example here. Imagine two people walking toward the same destination. They are walking the same destination. One runs quickly and gets tired halfway. Another walks slowly but consistently. Who reaches the destination? The one who continues, right? I think you can conquer with me that the one who continues. He was slow but consistently. I'm very sure he arrived to the destination. So I know many people watching this are working hard every day, You wake up early. Maybe you are doing a business. You have that dream that maybe you have only one branch. Maybe your dream is to have many branches. And I pray that God do that for you, So, just like any other person who work hard, your intention is to wake up early. Your intention is to go to work. And then you handle responsibilities. But sometimes you feel tired mentally. Yeah. You feel tired mentally. Sometimes you feel like, life has delayed your dreams. Has really delayed your dreams. But never believe that your current position is your final destination. You never know, Maybe you have tried, and you are about to give up. The only thing that you don't know that maybe that current position is your final destination. Is the one that's driving you to the final destination. And remember, a seed underground may look invisible. For those who are farmers, for those who have ever visited any farm, when you go to a farm, first of all, you need to prepare that land to be ready for planting. Then after planting, you realize a hole is dug and the seed is put inside. It looks so invisible. but the growth is still happening internally, and one day it breaks through the soil. Let me give an example of either maize or beans. It takes almost 3 days, if I'm not wrong. You just see it has shown fast. Yes, you see it that age, So, and that's what to tell you that never stop believing in your potential. Never stop believing in your potential. Right? So, walking teaches us many things, as the way you are seeing me walking. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to think of my life, many things. I'm trying to think of what of next 5 years to come. Where will I be? What of something that I will change, that maybe I'm doing wrong, Many things I'm thinking of my life. That only comes when you're engaging yourself to an exercise, like the one we are doing, like the one I'm doing. So, and sometimes when you walk quietly in nature, you see, like now, when I arrive here, I saw, something like a bridge, but it's very deep, I had to stand there, I had to zoom, I had just to stand there because I was very interested with how that place was. And I felt like just to go in there and, just see how that water is flowing. But due to, I saw there down, it was very insecure. So I thought of, let me just zoom to see. And I just stand there for like 5 minutes. I'm not sure. Yes. You see me swimming there. This is a river in. So when you see this river, you're trying to connect yourself with the nature. I'm trying to connect myself with the nature, seeing those sceneries, So remember, when you walk quietly in nature, your mind becomes clearer. Just seeing that water flowing, and you are imagining, where this water going? What does it make? For those who done physics, they say they flow in which can? Yeah. So, but to me, I was like, yeah. And they are flowing, They have not stopped flowing. No matter those obstacles of those stones that you are seeing there, they are flowing, So maybe, let's say, maybe you have that kind of issue in your life. Sometimes take a walk, It can be a solo walk, or maybe with someone that you love, or maybe with someone, maybe a friend, or you yourself. But I personally recommend walking alone, because it tries to, even if you had a stress is reduced. You begin thinking deeply about life. Just seeing that river flowing, it has never stopped flowing. Even if you were to go today, even at this particular hour, just to see that where I recorded that river, it's still flowing. It has never stopped flowing. That is a clear message to you that no matter the circumstances, no matter the time, keep going, keep going. So some of the best decisions are made in peaceful moments, Remember, when you go there, you comfort yourself. You're like, there's an habit that I'm going through and I wish to change. There's a life that I'm living in that I didn't wish to. But because of that, you have connected yourself with the nature. Nature is telling you, and from there, this is me walking alone. This is me recording myself, This is me, just seeing how the nature is. So maybe you will be seeing, I was mostly recording these fans or maybe service because of nowadays data protection. Maybe you will film someone's plot and someone will sue you. So that's why I was very careful on that. So, but my intention was, sometimes I was thought like not every battle requires noise, Sometimes healing happens in silence. You go there, you just waste your 1 hour, 2 hours. It's not wasting, but you're learning, you're connecting yourself with the nature, you're moving, you're trying to rejuvenate yourself. And I realized that sometimes growth happens privately before it becomes visible publicly. Yeah. So, and that's why I thought of, let me give an example. Imagine walking 5 kilometers once. That's good, right? But imagine walking 5 kilometers every single day for 1 year. Let's say today, my intention was just to cover 5 kilometers once. But to me, I would like, I did it. But it was once, But imagine walking 5 kilometers every single day for a year. Every day I make sure I cover 5 kilometers. 5 kilometers. Just imagine. Now that becomes transformation, I've transformed myself. The same applies to life. For those who love saving, saving a little money consistently creates stability. Let's say, for example, for those who are working, you have just decided to join maybe a circle somewhere, or maybe, certain platform somewhere, but you know very well your money is saved. And you commit yourself that every day I will be saving, not every day, every month I will be saving maybe 5,000 shillings. Or let's say 5,000 shillings, that's worth around how many dollars? Yeah. So you just commit yourself and say, this amount I'll be saving every month. Tell me 5,000 without maybe you saying, I will change 5,000 to maybe to 10,000. You are doing maybe upgrading. In maybe during your retirement, that amount of money will be many. So, reading also a few pages daily creates knowledge. As to me, I had, let me just be honest. I love reading, by the way, many books. I read a book called Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon. I think that's the book that I finished. And I finished without even, I think the long I took, it was 1 month or 2 weeks. Yes. But after then, I have struggled to read books. Especially I started with a book called Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, written by James Clear. That is Atomic Habit. So sometimes I read, then I pause. But as I am talking to you here, I'm also learning myself. I'm also trying to communicate to myself that every time when you find something new, you read, you challenge yourself, you know. So And the same applies, same applies to praying consistently creates spiritual strength. Maybe this year you had a commitment of being closer to God, and maybe you are trying to imagine, how should I be praying, And I believe by saying, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, as we forgive those sinners against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Every time when you repeat that, it builds your spiritual strength, The same applies to exercise. Doing exercise consistently creates discipline. Even if you are tired today, just going for that exercise, it creates discipline. And also, one thing I believe is that small actions repeated daily create a powerful results. Small actions repeated daily. That's what I believe, by the way. I believe that doing something repeatedly, even if it's small, creates a powerful results. So, and also, many people quit too soon. I was reading I listening to a certain, I think it was a storybook. I've forgotten the name. And there was one character there. The guy was, he was in the business. You remember opening so many business. He started with venturing to a retail market of selling products like he used to do transportation, right? So he tried so many avenues of the business for a period of 5 years. But imagine, within 5 years, the guy quit. And I told you that the time you're quitting, you never know that's your final destination. The current position you are in, maybe that's the final destination. So, and and they stop after one failure, So one disappointment, you're just disappointed because of how the business are performing on you, and also maybe one rejection. But remember, rejection is not the end. How many people have been rejected with their own parents? But they are living. They are enjoying life. In Kiswahili we say that wanaishi tu vizuri. And they are living good life. So sometimes rejection redirect us to better opportunities. Someone can take that as an opportunity for information. Once you have been rejected, they say, okay, let me try. So think about athletes. Let me just give you an example of athletes, Before winning championships, they lose many games. Think about successful people. Many face criticisms before becoming successful. I'm very sure when you come up with an idea, people will tend to differ from you because they know very well that maybe they will not support you in the first place because of maybe one-on-one. Maybe some of them that are even envy with your success. Yes. So the difference is they continued, you know. Someone has rejected you, but you have decided to continue with the work, you know. So as I look around nature today, I realize nature never rushes, you know. And the sun rises at the right time. Rain comes at the right season. Yeah. And for it has, you know, trees grows gradually. For those who planted, maybe you went somewhere and you plant your tree 3 years ago. Just go there. You cannot get it as big, as tall as you had thought of. Maybe it is still there struggling. So, but yet eventually, nature accomplishes its purposes beautifully. Sometimes we pressure ourselves too much. We want everything immediately, you know. We want success immediately. We want to achieve our goals immediately. But some blessings require preparation first. Sometimes let's go just behind the scene. Let's do our research and see these billionaires we are seeing. How long did they take? How long did they took to achieve what they have now? You know, they prepare themselves. Remember, some of them even they are not even in the management right now. They are just enjoying we call it what? Shareholdings, you know. So today, this walking challenge is not about competing with others, by the way, for information. That is a message I want to tell you. This walk challenge is not about competing with others. It's about becoming stronger than yesterday. This also transfers to you. That whenever you're walking, whenever you're challenging yourself, it's not about that you're competing with others. It's about that you are intending to become stronger than yesterday. Better discipline, better mindset, better consistency, better health. And honestly, the hardest battles are often internal, you know. Fighting laziness, fighting doubt, fighting fear. So, but every step forward is proof that you are stronger than your excuses. So, to everyone watching this video, to everyone watching this, I want you to remember this message. Do not give up yourself. Your current situation can change. Your life can improve. Your dreams still matter. Even if progress feels slow, continue walking. Because one day, you will realize that small steps you almost ignored change your entire life. I want to thank you for walking this journey with me today. If this message inspired you, encouraged you, motivated you, kindly support the Pair Journey by subscribing, liking, sharing this video. And remember, life is not about how fast you move. It's about continuing to move, one step at a time. Stay blessed and keep walking.